In this video, we're going to talk about listing contracts and everything you need to know prior to signing an agreement to sell your home. So what is a listing contract, and what are some of the terms that you need to be aware of prior to signing an agreement with a realtor or a brokerage to list your home for sale? A listing contract is, simply put, it's a contract between you and a realtor or a brokerage, giving them the exclusive right to sell your home for a specific period of time at a set commission percentage and set dollar transaction fee amount. And those are going to be the three topics that we talk about today. Length of the contract, the commission percentage, and transaction fees. There are a lot of other smaller terms that can be worked out, but the ones that are going to impact you the most are going to be the three that we just discussed. So topic number one, the length of the contract. My recommendation, if you have a typical home, $200,000, $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 house, 6 months is the standard term for a listing agreement. That gives the realtor more than enough time to sell your house, even if some things that unexpectedly happen. Gives them more than enough time to sell the home, but at the same time, you don't want to sign a longer agreement than that, because if the realtor is not doing a good job, you want to be able to essentially fire them, take down the listing, and have the option to relist the home with another brokerage. So 6 months is pretty typical. Gives the realtor more than enough time to sell the house, and at the same time gives you the leverage to say, hey, listen, if you don't sell the house within 6 months, I'm going to have to fire you and hire someone else. So if you have a home on the higher end, maybe $700,000, $800,000, $900,000, $1 million plus home, you will see listing agreements typically be longer, 9 months, 12 months, 18 months. I've seen them as long as 2 years time, because those types of homes typically do take longer to sell. They are on the higher end. There's less people out looking to buy those homes, so you would sign a longer agreement. Topic number two, commission percentages. And this is probably the number one thing that is most negotiated in the listing agreements. Obviously, this is the fees that you are paying the realtors to sell your home. Typically, you're going to see anywhere between 5 and 6%, and that gets split. Half goes to the listing agent, and then half goes to the buyer's agent. You kind of get what you pay for, when it comes to commission percentages, just like anything else. The less you offer as a commission percentage, I hate to say it, but the less skin in the game maybe a listing agent has to incentivize them to sell your house quickly for the most amount of money. And then the same thing as a purchasing agent, if there's a house that is listed at 2.5% and it's 50-50 between another house that's 3%, what house do you think they're going to recommend that their clients end up placing an offer on? Or maybe they try to push their clients to offer a bid that's at a higher dollar amount because they really want their clients to win that house, because they know that they're going to be making more money. That doesn't sound necessarily like it's in the best interest of the client, but if everything else is equal and the realtor is going to be making more money off of one deal as compared to the other, you can't really fault them for wanting to make more money for themselves and their families. There's expenses into acquiring clients, and you try to maximize the amount of dollars that you can make off the deal. That being said, anything offering less than 5% in a real estate transaction, you don't want to do. 2.5% to each side is very standard. A lot of realtors, when they see less than that, either the good listing agents will not list your home, right? So the top people, the people who are really good at selling homes, will not sell your home for less than 2.5%. So that's one thing to note. And from a purchasing agent standpoint, a lot of realtors will not show homes that are offering them less than 2.5%. I mean, I see 2% deals all the time, really nice homes, and they don't sell nearly as fast or for the same dollar amount as a commission percentage that's higher than 2.5%. And the reason why, again, there's a client acquisition cost. Realtors pay a lot of money for leads and marketing expenses to acquire those leads. Once they have a client, they really want to maximize the amount of money that they make off that deal. So anything less than 2.5%, which is typical, they're not making as much money off of that transaction. So they are going to try to push their clients to go see other homes and place offers on those homes. So you are essentially cutting down the pool of people who are potentially going to buy your house by offering a percentage that's lower than 5%, split 2.5% each way. So keep that in mind. Last thing that we're going to talk about today is transaction fees. A listing agent will typically charge a transaction fee. It is a negotiable amount. I mean, I've seen them as high as $1,000. That is negotiable. Don't think, oh, it's $1,000 transaction fee, I have no way of negotiating that. You can negotiate it down to $0 if the listing agent really wants the deal. But just understand there are expenses that go into marketing your home. Professional photography costs money, videography, virtual staging, doing open houses. There's a cost associated with all of that. So a lot of the times, a transaction fee is to offset some of those costs that the realtor is going to be paying for out of their pocket. Realtors also pay brokerage fees, to make your deal go through. So again, that's all kind of worked into transaction fees. It's a standard thing in the real estate industry, but it is negotiable. So work out the terms of the transaction fee prior to signing the agreement. What does the transaction fee cover as far as marketing costs, and try to get the best deal for you. So just to recap the video, we talked about listing agreements, listing contracts, and the 3 terms that you are most negotiable that you need to be aware of. The length of the contract. Try not to get into a deal that's longer than 6 months, or you risk hiring someone who may not be doing a good job and be locked into a deal where you can't get rid of them. The commission percentage, right? Typical anywhere between 5 and 6%. The higher the commission percentage you pay, the more you're incentivizing people to sell your house as fast as possible for the most dollars. So oftentimes, you may pay an extra 0.5% commission, but there is a return on that investment. Talk to your realtor about what that strategy looks like. And don't pay less than a total of 5%, because again, you will be cutting off the amount of people that are going to be potentially seeing your home and submitting offers. And lastly, transaction fees. Talk about what marketing expenses are going into the transaction fee. Talk about brokerage fees, and again, negotiate an amount that is fair for both sides that you feel comfortable with. So again, there's more that goes into listing contracts and different commission percentage strategies, and again, terms and a lot of different things. If you have any additional questions, please feel free to contact me. Call, text, email, whatever method you prefer. If it's easier, hit that Talk to Chuck button right down below in the members area. I'll be happy to answer anything that you have. As always, for all the people out there watching these videos, I appreciate you. Thank you so much.